we go. I have the mat turned sideways, or straight on rather this time, so that you can see we're going to do some standing poses, one of which is going to be the Warrior Series. And this should be quite enjoyable because it helps us to build up both balance and strength in our legs. The Warrior Series is called the Virabhadrasana series. And we have a number of warrior poses that we're going to do. I'll just demonstrate them quickly for you. From the side, maybe is the best 45-degree angle. This is called Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, where we lean into the front leg. The back leg we straighten. And this causes us to put lots of weight on the front leg, and we really would like to ground down through the back leg as well so that we have a more equal distribution of weight. And then we have Warrior 2 series that we'll be doing. And this is a wider stance. And in this series, we take our hips and we turn them to face forward, and we inhale and bend into that front knee and straighten that back leg. That's Warrior 2. And then Warrior 3, we're not going to do today because it's a balance pose on one foot. And we're not quite ready for that, but we are ready for Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 at the appropriate time. So let's start out this morning by grounding down. If you have a towel or blanket, take a moment to get that blanket and towel and place it down right where you're going to be sitting. So if you can see from the side, I'm going to be sitting right on the edge of this so that my sits bones are on the towel, but then there's probably that much of space between my legs and the floor or the mat. And so to start out, sitting up on a towel or a blanket means that when we're in Sukhasana, the pose is much easier, it's much nicer, much more comfortable. So let me slide down here so that we can be close. There we are. We'll start with our legs crossed in any position you'd like. Remember, if you have your blocks nearby, to grab them. If the bend of the knees is too much, and what you can do is you can take a block on either side and just put them under the corners of your legs, just like this, and it holds the legs in a nice position, and it allows us to ground down. So I'll remove the blocks, but keep in mind that they're available for you. If you will, close your eyes, take your hands and turn them palm down, and then place each hand on the cap of your knee. So you're just taking the hands and capping the knees. And from that position, let's see if we can wiggle just a little bit so that our sits bones feel more in contact with our blanket or our mat or our towel. After you do that, a few wiggles, let's lean forward and reach behind you and pull the flesh away from your sits bones, meaning grabbing the buttocks and lifting the flesh up and away so that when you return to an upright position, the sits bones are really in contact with what you're sitting on. Now we have the beginnings of a nice Sukhasana. And from this position, we can begin that upward and outward reach of the torso. That's what we're hoping to do here in Sukhasana, is to lengthen the spine. We begin doing that with Obviously, the hands capping the knees, that allows us to use the elbows to press the body up to be more upright. And then the second tool that we use to help lift ourselves out of the torso, out of the hips and the waist, is our breath. And we inhale and expand our torso upward and outward. We do that by inhaling the belly full, then inhaling the lungs full, and then we exhale. And when we exhale, we draw the belly muscles and the abdominal muscles sharply inward towards the spine. And then we inhale again and fill up the belly, fill up the chest, pause for a moment, lifting the torso up even higher. And then we exhale again, this time drawing the belly muscles, the abdominal muscles in towards the spine a little more fully. And as we inhale again, we broaden through the shoulders, we lift through the side body, we inhale so that the back of our body begins to lift up as well. And then we exhale and draw those same belly core muscles in towards the abdomen, in towards the spine. And then we return to regular breathing. On your next inhalation, draw your shoulders up to your ears. And then as you exhale, roll them back and down. And you'll notice that your hands slide away from your knees and up your thighs. That means the torso is sitting up taller now. And so we can use this new positioning of the hands as a way to get us to sit even taller. As you breathe now, expand through the throat, in through the chest and the shoulders, letting the breath to get to beneath the arms, the armpits, the sides of the body, the sides of the rib cage. And then exhale it out, remaining tall. Draw your head back about 1/2 inch. Now we have that big, tall, nice, long spine where energy can run up and down. Finally, begin relaxing your scalp and letting go of the facial muscles. As you breathe, just exhale out all of the holding of the facial muscles, letting yourself be expressionless, enjoying that feeling of no expression, of sitting up tall, of drawing in the nice healing breath and exhaling out the toxins and the carbon dioxins. Bring your hands together in prayer position, Anjali Mudra, taking care to press the palms together, letting the elbows rise up at your sides. And we'll do 3 cleansing breaths to start our practice. So if you'll follow with me, here we go. Inhaling, hold the breath, exhaling, let it all out. Good job. Again, inhaling, hold the breath, exhaling, let it all out. One more time, inhaling, hold the breath, exhaling, let it all out. Great job. Release your hands into your laps. Tilt your chin down towards your chest and open your eyes. So let's begin this morning by opening the shoulders and the arms. With the hands out at the sides, the palms facing outward and upward, let's inhale up and bring those hands and arms up overhead, perhaps even turning the head up to gaze at where the hands touch. Then exhale and draw those hands across the face. Again, hands out to the side, inhale up, hands touch. We exhale it down. Good job. One more time. Inhale out and up. Turning the head perhaps up to look at the hands, if that's comfortable. And then exhaling the hands down across the face. Great job. Now inhale and lift the arms out to the sides, shoulder height. Have the palms facing in front of you. Turn and look down each arm at the thumb of each hand. Maybe do it a couple of times. Now turn your palms flat and look down each hand at the middle finger. Do it a couple of times, holding the arms straight. This time, rotate the palms upward as though you're holding a pot of water or a pan of pizza, and look down the middle finger of each hand. Finally, turn those palms to face all the way behind you. And again, look down the little finger of each hand a couple of times. Exhale and let your hands come down to the ground. Ooh, do you feel that in the shoulders right in here? The triceps and the biceps. It's a good shoulder opening. From this initial shoulder opening, let's do a little further. So bringing the hands out to shoulder height and then bringing the arms and the hands inward to touch the shoulder blades if possible. And then exhale and let those arms come all the way out to the side, and inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands down across the face. Good job. Inhale and reach those arms all the way out with the palms facing up. Bring the hands and fingers in to try to touch those shoulders. And then exhale, bring the hands out. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down across the face. Good job. Now take your right arm and lift it up in a counterclockwise circle and bring it behind you, and take your left hand and connect it to the outside of the right knee and twist. So there we are, perhaps sitting on our blanket still, twisting, keeping the torso up tall. But as we inhale, maybe we rotate a little deeper. Oh boy, this can be a nice opening for the side body and the rib cage on the right side. When you're ready, release that hold, bring your hands back to center. And this time, inhale and lift the left hand up counterclockwise behind you, and then take your right hand and grab the outside of the left knee and begin twisting. Hey, Marilyn, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Just twisting. As you inhale, lifting up, maybe a little bit further, a little taller. And exhale, release that connection. Come off of your mat a moment, lift the blanket or towel out from under you, and let's put our feet together for Baddha Konasana. So we can control the amount of involvement that we have in the inner groin by where we position our feet. We can also use the blocks to help us. Baddha Konasana involves drawing the heels in towards the groin area. Now, for many people, the legs want to come up here, and that's perfectly normal. We're tight in the hips. Baddha Konasana is a way to help us begin opening the hips. And so if this feels comfortable for you, you can take a block and put right under the edge of your outside thigh and then lean forward, grabbing your feet and lifting the torso up, lifting up tall through the throat, opening the shoulders and drawing the shoulders down from the ears, breathing here. As you inhale, you may find, I can go a little further. Maybe I can draw those feet a little closer inward towards the groin area. Or maybe you say, I can let these blocks go because suddenly my muscles have relaxed a little bit. Breathe deeply here, trying to get the breath all the way down into the inner groin areas and the inner thighs. Great job, everyone. One more breath cycle, this time pulling yourself a little forward with your hands, coming over the feet with the chin. And then exhale, release the hands, extend the legs out long. I'm going to turn my blanket and, my mat sideways so that you can follow along with me. It's time for us to do a few hip openers. So take your feet out to the edges of your mat, hands down by your side, and let's windshield wiper the hips. Oh boy, this is a good feeling, especially if you spent the weekend in the automobile driving. You know how it affects the hips and the legs. Do about 5 windshield wipers here with your knees, going just as far as you feel comfortable. This is not about a contest. This is about getting to know your body and what your body is capable of doing. So after you've done 5 windshield wipers, let's inhale and lift that left ankle and cross it over the right knee. And when you're ready, we'll take both hands and slide them in as we inhale and lift that right leg up. And we put our hands in and around that right leg and begin drawing that leg in towards the chest. If you'd like more, let the right foot go up into the air. See, baby, if you can straighten that leg. Look at you. I see those legs going up in the air. You can even take your hand and connect with the ankle, with the shin, with the calf, and breathe here. Oh, this is so good for the left hip and the right hip, but particularly the left. One more breath as you draw that knee in just a little closer. And then exhale, release your hand, bend that right foot and put it on the ground and uncross your left leg. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. And inhaling, we draw that left knee, in towards the chest, wrapping our arms around the back of our leg and drawing that left leg and thigh in towards the chest. Oh my goodness. If you want more, extend the left leg up in the air and then maybe even grab the left leg with a hand. I spent a little bit of time riding around on Sunday, maybe 2 hours, and what a feel when you get out of the car and you think, did someone just do something to my hip? It's on fire. Oh, one more breath cycle here. Enjoying that deep opening that's going on right here in the right hip. And then exhaling, release your hand, bend that foot and put it back down on the ground. Bend the foot, bend the leg, and place the foot on the ground. I apologize. Uncross your right leg, put it on the ground. It's time for us to grab our straps and do the big toe pose. This is Padangusthasana, big toe pose. So take the strap, wrap it right around the arch of the foot, keep the left foot on the ground and the left knee bent. And we'll start by holding that right knee inward, down towards the chest. The knee is bent. As you inhale, we begin to straighten the right leg. Oh, find that sweet spot. That spot can be defined basically as the place where the leg gets closer and closer to being straight, and then it starts to be uncomfortable. Back away from the clearly uncomfortable to the just partways uncomfortable. Now that gives us a basis for doing some stuff with our feet. So let's begin pointing and flexing our feet. Inhaling as you point the toes, exhaling as you flex the foot and draw the toes back towards the knee or towards your face. As you do that, as you point and flex, you should feel alternately the muscles along the shins on the front side and the calf muscles on the back side begin to really open up, begin to talk to you, begin to say hello. After you've done 5 pointings and flexings, let's rotate the foot in a circle, or what we can do in the way of a circular motion. Our ankles won't let us go into a perfect circle. If you notice poppings or clickings, don't worry. Those are fine. Now reverse your circling, going to the opposite direction. Oh boy. We are now ready to come to the fun part. So reach high up on your straps, lifting your head and shoulders up off the ground, and extend the left leg out in front of you. Oh my goodness. Take a moment while you're up here to look at that left foot, making sure the foot is pointed straight up towards the ceiling, not twisting to the left or to the right. And then wrap the muscles tightly around the bones of the left leg, like you're squeezing them. Now slide your hands down the strap. Take the ends of your strap into your right hand. Extend the left arm out to about 1 o'clock on the clock face. And as you exhale, keep the left leg powered up, but let the right leg go out to the side, using your strap to control how far out to the side that leg goes. Oh my goodness. Do you feel that? If you don't feel that, tug more on your strap, pulling your leg closer towards your face. Oh, what a deep opening. It occurs right here in the inner thigh, inner groin area, and goes all the way down the hamstring and past the knee into the calf, all the way down to the Achilles tendon. What a deep stretch. You may feel the left hip wanting to hop up off the ground. Take your left hand and pull that hip until it comes closer towards the ground. And breathe here for one more breath cycle. Inhaling, exhaling. On your next inhalation, up comes that right leg, and then we take our left hand and get the ends of the strap in the left hand. We extend the right arm out to 11 o'clock, keeping this left leg powered up, keeping the muscles gripped tightly. We'll exhale and let that right leg go all the way across the left side of the body. Ooh, do you feel that? Such a deep, deep opening here. Oh my goodness, but it is so good for right here. The sciatic nerve, the iliotibial band, the glute muscles, the low back, it's all interconnected, as you know, but it helps us so much. Padangusthasana, bringing that leg across the body. On your next inhalation, up comes that right leg. Oh boy. We take the end of the strap into both hands and we stick the left foot up inside our loop. And then we bring the right foot down, put it on the ground, keeping the right knee bent. Once again, we wrap the strap around the arch of the foot. And we start out with the knee bent in towards the chest. As we inhale, we stretch that left leg, keeping an eye out and an ear out for the fact that when you stretch that left leg, it is going to feel very tight. So if you need to bend your knee a little bit to keep it from being just downright uncomfortable, do so. But now that we've found that sweet spot, we'll start our pointing and flexing on the left foot. So inhaling up as you point those toes upward, exhaling as you draw the toes downward, pushing the heel up into the air, trying to touch the ceiling with that heel, pointing and flexing. Oh my goodness. Yoga is about the union of the mind and the body. And this is a perfect example. While we're doing these pointings and flexings, particularly as we flex the toes, the mind is in connection with, in contact with that calf muscle, because the calf muscle is saying, yow! Now let's begin rotating the foot, excuse me. Start rotating in one direction, doing about 5 of them. Oh, good for our balance to do this because it helps us get angles in our feet that we normally don't take when we're walking. We're taking good stiff angles here. Reverse your rotation and go in the opposite direction for 5 rounds. Again, feeling the ankle move through a wider range of motion. Oh, here comes the fun spot now. We slide our hands up the strap, lifting the head and shoulders off the ground. We extend the right leg out in front of us. If that is too much on your right leg, it's too difficult or it hurts too much with the hamstring muscles, keep a slight bend in your right knee. But make sure those toes are drawn back towards the face and the muscles are wrapped tightly around the bones in the right leg. Now we slide our hands down the strap, take the ends of the strap into our left hand, extend the right arm out to 11 o'clock, and keeping this right leg powered up, strong, we exhale and let the left leg go out to the left side of the body. Woo-wee. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a deep opening there. Do you enjoy that sensation of the muscle as it works down through the hamstring, the opening that is, that occurs down through the hamstring muscles, all the way down through the calf muscles and to the Achilles tendon. Breathing here, trying to get more oxygen further into the bloodstream, reaching all the way down to the leg. On your next inhalation, up comes that left leg to 12 o'clock. And then we take the ends of the strap into the right hand. The left arm goes out to about 1 o'clock. Keeping this right leg powered up, we exhale and draw the right leg across, draw the left leg, across the right side of the body. Oh, yes. Kevin has a bend in his left knee. Do you see that? It's because Kevin's left leg says, that is too deep. Straightening out like that, I can do it, but it is not fun. So
Keep a bend in that left knee and breathe. Feeling all of that dynamic opening that's occurring here in the hip, in the iliotibial band, feeling all of these muscles along the side of the hip really opening up. One more breath cycle here. Inhaling and then exhaling. On your next inhalation, up comes that left leg. Take the ends of the strap into your both hands. Put your right foot up inside the strap and then open your feet up about hip distance apart. Keeping your strap in your hands, put your head on the ground. We're going to do 3 lowerings for our core muscles. We're going to raise and lower our legs. The straps are going to be used to keep it looking pretty so that both feet go down at the same time. So here we go, exhaling, using the core muscles here and the quadriceps and the hip muscles right here to let those feet come all the way down until they touch the ground. Oh, whew. When you're ready with an inhalation, up we come, inhaling, drawing those legs up, using the straps just for prettiness. I'm holding on to the straps with just 2 fingers to demonstrate what I mean. And let's exhale and let the legs go back down. Going down slowly. Oh, this is wonderful for the core muscles. It's wonderful for our quadricep muscles on our legs and the iliopsoas muscles in the hips right here. Oh, whew. Once those heels touch, breathe, take a moment, catch your breath. We have one more to do. Here we go. Inhaling up. Actually, this is only the second one. I'm sorry. Drawing those feet up. Oh boy, they're up overhead. And then we exhale and let those legs go down. Great job, everyone. I see the legs going down at a very slow pace. Wonderful. Good, good, good. The feet, or the heels rather, touch the ground and we relax everything. Catch your breath. Here goes. Inhale, bring those legs up off the ground, the feet first, the calves, and then using those leg muscles and core body muscles, up come the legs to 12 o'clock. Ooh. Exhaling, down they go. Oh boy. Good job. I can see how slowly you're going down with those legs. Heels touch and we say, oh, take that mean old strap and put it to the side. We shan't want him any longer today. Oh, now let's roll to our right side and come up to a seated position. There are a few poses that we would like to do to further the core muscles. So roll onto your hands and knees. If this bothers your knees, take your blanket or your towel and fold it so that you can put it under your knees, because we're going to come into the cat-cow pose or sequence. And the cow pose, we begin by inhaling and inwardly arching the spine, lifting up through the throat and the face so that it looks like we have a sway-back spine. The pelvis tilts so that we're sticking the rear up into the air. We're tilting that pelvis up. Now we exhale and roll into cat, drawing the shoulders apart as we round up expanding through the rib cage in the back of the body. Then we inhale and make our way back into cow, undulating the spine, tilting the pelvis up and back, lifting up through the chest and throat. Then exhaling again to cat, lifting up through the mid-back, through the shoulders, rounding the back, maybe even pressing the hands down further into the mat so that we push our bodies away from the upright position. Then we come forward, inhaling, and we go into cow for the last time, tilting the pelvis up and back, undulating the spine inward, lifting through the chest and the throat, and then exhaling into cat. Oh boy, great job, everyone. Maybe even pushing back a little further. If you would like to push back into child's pose, open your knees wide so the torso fits in between the knees and just drop yourself down. Oh boy. Arms can be overhead, or you can bring your hands behind you and hold on to your heels and just enjoy the rest that comes from child's pose. This is the pose of rest that we come to whenever we're tired. So at any point in your yoga practice where you really need a break, child's pose like this or like this is the place to be. Getting ready to come out of child's pose, we'll inhale and come back up to our hands and knees. This time, take a moment to space your wrist directly underneath your shoulders. So once we have that done, make sure the middle finger of each hand is pointing directly ahead. The knees are going to come straight down from the hips. So they'll be straight under the hips. And we'll inhale and lift that right leg out behind us. Now we dip the head and bend the shoulders and look under our body at the right leg, and we draw that right foot, the toes rather, back towards our face so that we're pressing outward with the heel. Then as we inhale, we lift up, bring the shoulders up. We lift that left arm and extend it outward. Feel the core muscles along the belly really kick in here. This is great for the internal organs. If you would like more, you can extend leg and arm out to side at 45 degrees, and that widens the belt of muscles all along and across the abdominal area. Everyone bring the hands back to center if you were at 45, and then hand down, knee down. Sit back on your heels for a moment and shake that right wrist. Ooh, because we had a significant amount of body weight on that right wrist. And what that translates to is all of that weight went into the muscles, the weight-bearing muscles in the body, in the right arm, meaning that we were building up strength by that arm balance. I'm going to turn to the other side because we're going to do the left side. So here we go. Taking a moment to make sure the wrists are directly beneath the shoulders and the knees are directly beneath the hips. We then inhale and extend that left leg out behind us. We exhale and drop our head down and look underneath us at that leg to make sure it's parallel with the floor and to make sure that we take those toes and we pull them back towards the face, pressing the heel into the wall opposite us. Now we inhale, and as we do so, we rise up and out comes that right hand. We extend the hand out like we're getting ready to shake someone's hand. If you want more, we can do level 2 here. with the hand and arm out to the side. Breathing. One more breath cycle. Inhaling. Everyone come back to center. Hand down, knee down. Sit back on your heels if you feel comfortable doing that and shake out that left wrist. Good job, everyone. Yeah. Great, great, great. Ah. We are going to do a side angle pose. So take a look at what I'm about to do. From a hands and knees position, I'm taking this left leg and bending it out to the side to a 45-degree angle. Can you see that? Let me try it from the right side. I'm bending that knee out like this, and then I'm extending the leg out so that we can come up like this. So for purposes of you being able to see my face instead of my rear, I take my left knee and I turn that left leg out to the side, and I extend the right leg out beneath me, beyond me, behind me. The shoulder is tracking right above the wrist. This is a side angle pose. To complete the pose, we take the right hand and we extend it overhead. Oh boy, look at that. Good job, everyone. Breathing here. If you feel like you want more, you can lift that right leg up off the ground. Breathing here. Oh, yeah. Now, everyone, get ready. We'll swing the arm around in a counter circle. We bring the hand down and we turn that left foot and knee inward, and we sit back for a moment. Maybe we change sides, or maybe we just come out of the pose for a second. I'm going to do it from this side for the left or the right side. So taking the leg and turning it at a 45 or 90-degree angle rather, we then open the left leg out to the side. We make sure that our wrist is directly underneath our shoulder, and then we can come into the side angle pose. Oh, this is a good pose for just a number of things. It is building strength in our arms and shoulders. It is opening the rib cage along the side of the body. If you lift your leg up off the ground, it's then having 2 points of balance, 2 points of contact on the ground, and we're really building weight and strength training here in the right knee. Foot down, we'll arch that or arc that hand counterclockwise, bring it to the ground, and come out of that pose. Good job. Let's come up now because it's time for us to do the poses that I talked about, the Warrior One and Warrior Two. So come to a standing position at the side of your mat, and with your right foot, step it about 2 feet in front of you. You can see how far apart my feet are. Take that left leg and turn it about 45 degrees out to the side. There you are. Now, with your hands at your hips, turn the hips to face forward, facing that right knee. And finally, we inhale and we bend into that right knee and lift our arms up. This is Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. And the key to this pose is to shift enough weight back onto the left leg, the rear leg, so that you're balancing between the right foot and the left foot. Breathing here. There's a lot of strength building going on in the quadriceps of the right leg. So breathing, exhale and drop your hands down to the side.
bring them up to your hips. And using your core muscles, press yourself up. Good job. Step back for a moment. We're going to do warrior two. So this involves stepping further out. So I am maybe 3 or 4 feet out. You can see I have a wide stance now. And I would like you to take a moment to look at the heel of your right foot. Make sure it is in alignment with the arch of your left foot. And you can see, I hope, my right foot is pointed out at a 45-degree angle. These things are important because we want to keep the knees safe, the back safe. With our hands to our hips, we turn the hips to face forward. Excuse me, I'm thinking on warrior one. With our hands to our hips, we turn to face the side. So we're all in a long plane of alignment. And on your next inhale, we lift the arms up and we bend into that front leg. You see how I'm bending into that front knee? You can even walk your foot out further if that makes more comfort for you. But this is Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Feel what's going on now in both the hamstrings and the quadriceps, and then the shoulders. So we've got a lot of action here. And our body is all in one plane, meaning that the way that we are standing, we could be sandwiched between 2 panes of glass, and it would be a very thin sandwich. Or we could be dropped down into a toaster slot and we would fit. There you go. So exhale and release those hands to the hips. And then we're going to turn that right foot and that left foot so that we just turn around to face the other way. Oh, isn't that fun? Okay, there we go. Now take those hands to the hips, turn the hips to face out to the side. Arms up. We inhale and bend into that left knee. There we go. Good job. Virabhadrasana 2 on the left side. Feel the muscles that are being built, the strength that is going on in that left hip. Oh my goodness. Seeing that the weight is equally distributed between left foot and right foot. Breathing here. One more breath cycle, looking down the middle finger of the left hand. This is Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale and bring your hands to your hips. This time, heel toe your feet together until you can turn so we can do Virabhadrasana 1. So remember, Virabhadrasana 1 involves a smaller step forward, and then we take our hands to our hips and we turn the hips to face forward. And then we inhale and scoop those arms up, rising up, leaning back into that right leg while at the same time pressing down hard on the left foot. There we go. So we have just about equal amount of weight distributed between our feet, between each foot, I should say. Breathe here. One more breath cycle. Notice what this does to the balance. It tends to make us sway a little bit, and that's good for us. Now exhale and drop your hands down to the side. Come out of the pose. Extend your legs out wide, and we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So when you're ready, arms come up overhead, and then we exhale and we fold forward, coming down to the ground. Now, I should have mentioned to grab a block, but if you want to use a block, you can place it right here so that when you come down from your forward fold, you come down here to the block. Oh, that feels good with the block. It provides almost a flat back experience. But if you would like more, you take your hands off of the block and come down to the ground. Oh boy. Relaxing into the pose, breathing here. This too challenges our balance because our legs are in such a wide position that we want to sway backwards and forwards. So to come out of this pose, if you have your block, bring your hands up to your block. And then one hand at a time, reach up and grab your wrists, your waist, excuse me, not your wrist, your waist. And then we inhale and use those core muscles to come all the way up. Look at you do that. Great job, everyone. Super job. It's now time for some official balance fun. So if you have a chair, particularly one that has no wheels on it, grab your chair. We want to start out with tree pose. And so with the chair or the wall as your prop, we'll shift our weight into our left leg. I'm on the right side of my chair, and so we shift the weight into the left leg. We lift the right foot up and touch it to the inner calf. Or if you feel up to it, you bring your foot to the inner thigh. We want that knee to come out to the side as much as possible because it is in the same plane as the rest of our body, and it makes balancing easier. So up comes that right arm. And then we remove the hand away from the chair. And there we are. We're standing there. We can feel the foot rocking a little from side to side. If you need to come down and touch your chair, grab the chair or the wall and then come right out. So here goes the countdown. 5. Whoops. Let's do that again. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Great job, everyone. Shake your left foot out. Take it up and pick it up in the air and shake it out. Oh, yeah. Now, let's come to the left side of our chair. We're going to balance on the right leg. So with our right hand on the back of the chair, we shift the weight into that right leg. Just a moment to mention the foot. The toes are pointed dead straight ahead. So here we go. We shift the weight into that right hip. We pick the foot up and we touch the calf. Or we come to the inner groin area, the inner thigh area for tree pose. And when you're ready, out comes your free hand. And then we engage the balance. And up comes the hand away from the chair or away from the wall. Beautiful job, everyone. Oops. It's not a very auspicious balance day for me. Not at all. Let's do this. Here we go. Ready? Look at that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your instructor has no balance today on this right side. I hope that doesn't concern you too much. Let's go and do another set of balance poses. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can watch this because it's so much fun, I think. We start by balancing on our left leg, just for your information. And so with the right hand on the chair, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale and lift that leg up and stick it out. I've moved both hands away. They're free. And then we bring that foot behind us and we lean forward. And then we inhale and come up. We bring that right knee up into the air. We grab the knee with our right hand. We open the knee out to the side like a gate. And we close the gate. And then we stick the latch into the gate and lock it. That's it. How did that feel? Wasn't that kind of fun? It's almost feels like magic, doesn't it? Being able to do that. So we'll go on the right side this time, balancing on the right leg. That for me involves my right hand initially on the back of the chair. For many of you, it may be the right hand on the wall. But we start by lifting that leg up, the left leg it is. Then I move my hand away from the chair and we lift the knee up. Then we begin dropping the leg behind us, extending it behind us, reaching out. And then we begin lifting the torso up, drawing that leg in underneath us, lifting the knee up to hip height, opening the gate with our left hand capping the knee, closing the gate, inserting the latch, and then removing it. Ah, how did that feel? Was that fun? I thought it was a lot of fun. Here's one more balance pose I want us to do before the hour gets away from us. And it is dancer pose. So I'll turn to a 45-degree angle to give you an idea of what it looks like. Starting out, balancing on my right leg, I lift the left foot up in the air and I reach back with my left hand and grab it. And when I am ready, I begin leaning forward, extending that right arm out in front of me, extending the left leg behind, and breathing. We'll count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out. Good job, everyone. Oh, well, balance on the right leg was not so bad on that one. That's good. So here comes the left side dancer. Up comes the right foot. We reach back with the right hand and capture it. Drawing the leg back, we lean forward so that leaning our torso and trunk forward and shoulders forward counterbalances the weight of our leg and hand behind us. And then up comes the left hand away from the wall or the chair, and we extend outward. This is dancer. We'll do a countdown here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. Good job, everyone. Shake your feet. Ooh. Oh, well, the hour has just slipped away from us. But we need to come into Shavasana to finish up. So please take a moment to find a comfortable spot on your mat. And I'm going to talk just a little bit to lead us into Shavasana. Yoga is, as we've discussed, the union of mind and body. And what we've done this last hour is connect mind to body. We've used our minds to command our bodies to go into different poses. We've also used our minds to overcome things such as fear, anxiety, perhaps lack of self-esteem. But we've used our minds to connect with our bodies. And as we are in Shavasana, that connection becomes even deeper. Shavasana can be the beginning of learning to quiet the mind. And that is such a valuable thing to know and to be able to do in today's environment. Sometimes the television or the radio or the computer or the cell phone just brings item after item at us. And our minds go in 50,000 different directions. And we feel out of control or at a loss to comprehend what's being thrown at us. But being in Shavasana allows us that initial journey to find a quiet mind. So as you follow your breathing this morning, begin letting go of thoughts. Let your breath and the actual mechanics of your breathing be your only focus, so that the mind is concerned only with the inhaling and the exhaling of the breath that keeps you alive. I'll be quiet for the next few moments, and then I'll bring us out. Begin to deepen your breathing and allow your mind to come back into the room, to be aware lightly of what's going on around you. Begin moving your fingers and your toes, and then let that expand to moving your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs. Keeping your eyes still closed, roll to your right side into a half fetal position, drawing the knees up towards the chest. Extending your right arm overhead so that you can rest your ear on the side of your bicep. Be aware of the feelings that are going on in your body right now, so that when we leave here, you can carry with you that sense of whatever it is that appealed to you in today's class, whether it was amazement or thankfulness or appreciation or gratitude or just the nice exhaustion of our bodies. Push yourself up now into your Sukhasana, your seated position. And once you do so, bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, pressing the palms together, extending the elbows out to the sides. Thank you so much for joining in, for sharing your practice. Yes, it is not the same as us being together physically, but there is still that energy that travels, that energy that I can see from the way that you hold your arms and your legs, the way that you go in and out of poses. And I'm appreciative of that. So with that, I will bid you namaste.
Namaste, Kevin.
Thank you so much for joining in, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope to see you on Monday. And in the meantime, stay safe.
Stay safe out there. The class is posted. We'll see you next week. Bye now.
Oh, how was that? Good?
It was great.
Good.
It was great.